you how to cut a cowl neck dress, and for this tutorial you need 1.5 meters of stretchy fabric. To cut a cowl neck dress, you need a material that is soft and that drapes well and that's also stretchy. Even if it doesn't stretch, it needs to be soft. It can be chiffon, it can be crepe, but what you need to know is that it needs to be able to drape properly. So you know, stiff fabric and I think stretchy fabrics are always suitable for this style. So it's a cowl neck dress I want to cut. So on the table, what I have done is folded into 4 my fabric according to the size I want to cut. I want to cut a size 12 dress, and for a size 12 dress I need to check what I have folded into 4 that it can accommodate my hip. So size, because it's stretchy, this is velvet, it's really stretchy, so I'm going to use, normally for a size 12 is 44 inches for the hip, but because depending on the size you're using, if it's UK or it's US, so I use UK size chart, so 43 inches for my hip. But because it's stretch fabric, I don't need to go for 43 inches, I'm going to go for 42 inches. When it's stretch, you take down your sizing, maybe a size down to make it suitable or perfect for wearing. And it depends on the amount of stretch the fabric really has. So this is velvet and it really stretches. So I'm going to be using 42 inches for my hip. So when I check here, I see that what I have is more than 42, it's about 44, so it's fine. So now I can go on to fold. After folding into 4, I'll need to fold the top again this way. But before I do that, I need to separate the back from the front of the front piece. I'm not going to be cutting together, so I'm going to take one piece out. That's the back piece. Okay, so I'll fold just the front piece the way I just said. I'm going to fold into 2 like that. Make sure your folding is equal. So into 2. When you're cutting this kind of fabric, you want to take your time to make sure that it's properly folded and they are even. So I'm going to fold this way. I'm going to do about 10 inches or 11 inches for the fold. It depends on you really. Okay, so 11 inches. I'm just going to make sure the bottom is even. So I'll check from the side. Yeah, 11. This is okay. You need to fold enough to go beneath the armpit area or the armhole area, because you don't want to finish sewing and your cowl is not getting to the bottom. This fold is very important. So once you've done this, the next thing we want to do is to start shaping our dress. So I'm just going to get my tape, and at the end parts there, I'm going to do 3 inches initially. Okay, after 3 inches, the next thing I'm going to do is 7 inches. So I think I should take this down a little. Okay, 3 inches first. I hope it's obvious. Then 7 inches. So yeah, I'm going to make like a mark, like a curve. Okay, and this will serve as the armhole. So what I'm going to do now is to get my scissors, and I'm going to cut. Okay, now I've cut that part. I'm going to get my tape, and I'm going to measure to make sure that it's okay for my armhole. So that's about 11 inches. So that's excellent. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is I want to take off 1 inch from the side of this, like this. So once that has been done, when you open this, let me show you what you're going to get. What you're going to get is this. our cowl neck is already cut, so it's going to fold this way. All right, so you see already you have the cowl neck dropping. So this will be the top of the sleeve, and this is going to be your armhole, and already you see the neck is draped. So that's for the front piece. But before I go to the back piece, I still want to shape, is to cut the body of the dress, and that's what I want to do now. So I'm just going to get my tape and get my waist. It's at about 15.5 or 16, it depends on you. So that's, I'm just going, at that point I'm going to take it in. So I'm going to take about 2 inches from there. Then my hip. Okay, so I'm just going to shape that. Okay, so that's my dress. Okay, so now I'm going to go to the back piece and just place this over and cut the same thing. So I'm just going to fold into 2. For the back piece, you're going to be cutting differently. You don't cut exactly the same way you cut the front because there's no draping at the back. So you need to watch this. If you've not subscribed to my channel, don't forget to subscribe, because when you subscribe, you help me keep making more videos. And turn on your notification bell, because you don't want to miss my videos as I post them. So once you folded the back, take your time. Okay, I'm going to just take my scissors to make sure the back is straight and cut off the edges. So what I'm going to do is 3 inches at this point for the neckline, and another 3 inches for the side. Okay, then I'm going to get my 7 inches for the armhole, just like we did in front, although the way we cut it was different. So that's the back. So I'm going to get the front piece. I just want the shape, the same shape as I did in front. So I'm just placing it over. The armhole needs to correspond, so it's armhole to armhole. So I'm going to use this to get the length and just the body. But when it comes to the bust, I'm going to take a little off the bust. So for the bust, like I said, I'm going to reduce that. You don't need that bulk in front. So the bust, I was going to be using 38. So down to the back as well. It's 1 inch from the side, so you can drape up before we start doing that. So now I'm just going to take the front piece. This is the front piece when opened. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, you know the part 3 inches we cut earlier, so I'm just going to take my back piece. I'm going to face it facing right side to right side, and I'm going to take this over this. So I'm going to go to the serger because I prefer to sew with my serger. So I'm going to stitch this together, the three pieces together. So get a pin, and I'm going to hold that down. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. So right side facing right side. I'm going to get that small 3 inches part we did earlier. So I'm going to wrap it around the back piece like that. So you need to get a pin, because sometimes when you use stretchy fabric, it can move all over the place. So get a pin and hold it in place. So this, as I said, I'm going to do with my serger because it's better with the overlocker to sew stretchy pieces. If you don't have one, then you can use your straight machine to sew this. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Then I'll come back to show you what I've done. So now I've stitched the shoulder together using my serger. So when you finish like that, it gives a clean finishing. So all I needed to do was just to flip over, and this is what you get. So you see your neckline, you see the cowl is properly formed. And don't forget also, you need to run the neck at the back. You can use a bias taping like I did, or you can cut a facing before you put the shoulder together. So now that is done, all that is left now is to close the sides, cut my sleeve, and fix the sleeve. If you don't want to add a sleeve, you can just leave it as sleeveless. So you just finish up the armhole. So I'm going to go back to my serger. I'm going to bring it closer, and I'm going to sew. So when I finish sewing, I'm going to add the sleeve. So you can decide to make a cold shoulder sleeve or a regular sleeve, just a 3/4 sleeve, a long sleeve. You know, you can play with this. So make sure when you start sewing the sides, you need to hold the 3 pieces together because you're going to have 3 pieces there. So I'm just going to start, put that there. So what the overlocker does is that it gives a ready-made finishing, and it doesn't let your fabric, you know, it pulls when you use on a regular sewing machine. So that's my dress, and I'm done. So I fixed the sleeve, so you can see the cowl neck formed. So remember what I had to do was, after cutting the front, I cut the back piece. I used what's it called, a bias trimming for my neckline, join the shoulder, close this body. Then the next thing I did was to fix my sleeve, and voila, our dress is ready. So it's that easy. So if you liked my video, don't forget to give a thumbs up and subscribe so that each time I post a video, you can always be the first to see it. Thank you for watching. Until I come your way next week, it's bye for me.